Hello JA musicians, this is Mrs. Meskimen, and today I thought it would be fun to play the second song in our recorder program, Recorder Karate. This song is called Gently Sleep, and it is the Yellow Belt song, and it uses the same notes as the notes for our first song, Hot Cross Buns. It uses the notes B, A, and G. So if you'd like to play along with me today, pause the video and go get your recorder, and then you can be ready to play along. Okay, so to play the second song in our Recorder Karate program, I already said that you'll need to remember the first three notes that we learned for Hot Cross Buns. If you look at the bottom of the page for Hot Cross Buns, you can see there how to play a G, an A, and a B. All three of those notes, remember, belong to the treble clef, and two of them are line notes, G and B, and the middle one is a space note, A. Hope you can see that there. All right? For our second song, we're also going to need to remember that a quarter note has one beat and a half note has two beats. Those are the kinds of rhythm notes that we have in our song. Now, if we take a closer look at Gently Sleep, you can see that the very first measure has three notes in it. And if you take a look at the second measure, there's also three notes, and the third measure, and the fourth measure. Now, the rhythm of all four measures is the same. It's quarter note, half note. Ta, ta, two. And that pattern will repeat through the whole song. But as you can see, the note pattern of each measure is a little bit different. All right? So let's do a little warming up with G, A, and B, and then we can get started on our song. Right now, I'm going to play a pattern on B. All the notes are going to be on a B, and you can echo the pattern after me. Remember, when you're playing the recorder, the side that has lots of holes on it faces out, and the side with just the one hole for your left thumb is facing toward your body. So I'm going to, for the note B, put my thumb, left hand on the back, and my first finger on the top hole on the front, all right? Then also remember that when we play, we don't need to use much air. We don't need to use strong air, but nice, soft, gentle, hot air. Hot air will make a lovely sound on your recorder. So I'm going to play a pattern, and you can echo the pattern after me, all on the note B. Here we go. My turn. Good. Now I'm going to warm up my A. And to play an A, you leave your thumb on the back and your first finger on the top hole, and you simply use your second finger to cover the second hole. Nice hot air. You may echo after me. I'm going to stay right on A for all these notes. Great job. Now we're going to warm up the note G. To play a G, you leave your thumb on the back, first and second finger on the holes on the top, and then your third finger goes on the third hole. Remember, G needs even less air than B and A do to make a nice warm sound. So let's warm up for G. G, G, G. Excellent. So now we're going to use those notes, B, A, and G, same notes as from Hot Cross Buns, to play our song Gently Sleep. So let's first take a look right here at the first measure, and you can see that the first note is the second line from the bottom of the treble clef, and that note is G. The second note in the measure is our space note A, and the third note is the line note B. So the pattern is going to go from low, up, stepwise to high. G, A, B. You can also see in that first measure that the G and the A are both quarter notes, but the B is our half note, so we're going to hold it a little longer. So let's go ahead and practice that first measure. I will show you with my fingers first, and you can echo after me. G, A, B. Want to try that with me? Here we go. G, A, B. Good, and now we can play it nice and gentle on our recorder. Good, try that again. Remember, we're going from the low note to the middle note to the high note. And you can hear that as you move your fingers up, the sound also goes up. The melody goes from low up to high. Here we go. Now, this song is called Gently Sleep. So it is a lullaby, and we can play this song nice and slow. Let's take a look at the second measure. As we've discovered, the rhythm is the same as the first measure, quarter, quarter, half note. But you can see that the measure 2 starts with A, space note, then G, line note, then A, space note. If you look at the pattern, it is going to start on an A, go lower to G, and then go back up to A. All right, so let's practice that with our fingers first. Here we go. You can try it with me with your fingers. Here we go. A, G, A. Practice that again. A, G, A. And now let's play it. Ready, go. And that second A, the third note in the pattern, is longer than the other two because it's our half note. Let's try it again. A, G, A. Ready? Good. Now, if we take a look at the first two measures, you can see that the pattern is going to go G, A, B, A, G, A. And then right here you can see this little apostrophe looking thing. And in music, that is called a breath mark. That is a place where they're wanting you to take a breath and make sure that you don't run out of air for the rest of the song. So now let's practice with our fingers the first two measures. Here we go. G, A, B, A, G, A. And now we can play those first two measures. Ready, set, and nice and slow. And then we would take a breath. All right? So those are the first two measures of the song. If you look at measure 3, you can see that it's just like measure 1. So measure 1 and 3 are the same. Quarter note G, quarter note A, half note B. All right? So let's take a look at those first 3 measures, and let's see if we can play those with our practice fingers first. Here we go. G, A, B, A, G, A, G, A, B. And those are the first 3 measures. Let's play those 3 measures. Here we go. Excellent. So now if you take a look, on the right page, if you take a look, you can see that the last measure of the top line, measure 4, is a little bit tricky. We're going to start on A, just like the second measure did, but instead of going down to G, in the 4th measure, we're going to go up to B, and then down to G. And that's kind of a tricky transition. So we're going to practice A, B, G a couple of times with our fingers. So let's go ahead and do that now. Say the notes and move your fingers while we say A, B, G. A, B, G. Let's do that a couple more times. It's tricky going from the B with one finger down to the G with all 3. So let's practice that a couple more times together, saying the notes and moving our fingers. A, B, G. Again. A, B, G. Good. Now let's see if we can play that nice and soft and gentle. Ready, go. Good, and hopefully you could hear that it goes from the middle note up higher and then way down low. That's how the melody is in the 4th measure. Let's practice that again, playing as we go. Here we go. Good. Now if you need to, you can pause the video and practice that measure a couple of times on your own before moving on. But if you're ready, we're going to start the song and go through all 4 measures. And remember, from the beginning, our pattern is G, A, B, A, G, A. Breathe, G, A, B, A, B, G. Breathe. Now when you're breathing, you don't want to stop the rhythm, the steady beat. You just want to take a quick breath and then jump right into the 3rd measure. All right? So let's practice that whole line on our fingers first, and then we can play it together. Here we go. G, A, B, A, G, A. G, A, B, A, B, G. Now let's play that. Here we go. How did you do? Pretty good? You can always go back and practice that again. But the good news is that for Gently Sleep, let's take a look at the bottom line here. And if you look, you'll notice that the pattern of the notes and rhythms on the second line are the same as the pattern and notes on the top line. So if you can play the top line, which is what we just did together, then you can actually play the whole song. The reason that they have two lines here, instead of just using a repeat, is that the song has different words. And so if you were going to play this and have someone sing with you, then they would follow the words and you would follow the melody and the rhythm on the treble clef. So here is the Yellow Belt song, Gently Sleep, from the beginning. And if you want to play along with me, just remember to use nice hot air and don't forget to breathe, all right? Here we go right now. And that is Gently Sleep. And maybe if you learn that song and play nice and soft, you could play it as a little lullaby for your family or someone in your family in the evening. All right? I hope that you had fun learning the Yellow Belt song, Gently Sleep. And I hope you have a great day. And thanks so much for watching. Bye, friends.